Hello and welcome to a day in the life of an education instructor. We are going to take a look at what it's like to be an education instructor for a day. So for example, today we've got a school group coming on. Now it's just an example of one of the things we do here in education. So let's take a look and see what things we have to get up with for today. What me, Alex, Vicky and Anna have to do every morning is check the education inbox. We get all different kinds of inquiries all about our various events and activities come through. Now for today we're going to use an example with school groups of how they book on. So the very first thing we do is we take their form in and we write down all their details on a plan, but also we've got to make sure that before any school comes in, we have the important phone call.
To talk to our catering team, press 27. For our caretaker, press 28. For our caretaker's wife, press 29.
Then we have to adjust our visitor program. That's the reason why we have these phone calls in the first place, to make sure that the timings are right, all the staff have the right ratio for children to staff, and also that we're ready for any special requirements. And it's not just the session plans we have to prepare for, we also have to print off all our resources we're going to use on the day. And now time is 8:55. We need to make sure that we're over to the Discovery Den. Now we've got all different kinds of days for education that range all the way from reception, Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2, and even some we customise for Key Stage 3. But even we've got ones that are outside the curriculum itself with home editors. We've got ones for 2 to 5 year olds with nature tots. And recently we've also been doing some birthday parties, which have been incredibly fun. And also we've got our bookable events on. Now for today, we're going to be taking a look at our school group. The common mistake is that we do environmental education exclusively, but our main focus is actually curriculum-based outdoor learning. What does that mean? Well, the things that the schools need to teach for when these tests, GCSEs, SATs, all those tests come up, we help them, we assist them with that teaching. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Discovery Den to set up for today. Okay, and now it seems our school group has arrived for today. So while we take care of these ones, I'm going to show you a few clips and footage of some of our other trips around the park. So let's see how this day goes. Okay, so hey everyone, my name is Tom and welcome to Ferry Meadows. Alright, so I have a different question then. What have you guys been learning about rivers at school? Yeah?
On how they work and what they carry.
Yeah, and what the things they carry to spring? I tell you, you're really good with terminology now. Yes. That's right, well done. Very like each group size. We do have ducks in the parks, we have swans. I've never seen Donald Duck before, but I'm waiting for that day. Now, the day I see Donald Duck wave in the park, I'm abandoning all of you, okay?
Oh, no.
Nah, just joking. It's all the way over just by the sea there as it goes through. And as you see, it actually cuts through Peterborough here. Now, with rivers, when you visit a city, I want you to imagine any city you can in England. Does it have a river nearby it? Birmingham? Does Birmingham have a river? London? Does London have a river? Yeah.
It would be a nice, lovely day to have a dog.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've been running around here a number of times on this path. It's a lovely place to do it. You like running?
Yeah, because I can football training.
Oh, that's good. Well, how far do you go? For how long?
About half
acorns, those are.
Yeah. And then first of all, we just get like rules,
nice.
So we just have an exercise dog.
Now then, did you manage to see some wildlife on the way down?
Yeah.
Yep. Now this here is Swallow Bridge. Now the River Nene, that river we were talking about, that stretches all the way around there. This is the first point it comes to for our park. That means the water you see inside this lake here, it travels through just this stream down here to get inside. So currently we're timing the biscuits as they go just down the river at the moment.
You can like Scoobies now.
A little bit like it, yeah. Okay, ready? Left side stop.
32 and 90 seconds.
Okay, middle stop. And right side stop. One of the important things when we do these days is that it's not just a set course. Every class is different, so sometimes I have to adapt to make sure that they get the best knowledge that they can absorb. Some people, they are reading learners, some people are visual learners, so I have to judge the class as the day goes along, and then see what kind of learning is the best for them so they can get the most out of their day. So we're just about to start our second section of today's course. Now I noticed that the group is struggling a little bit when it comes to identifying some of the classifications between the animals. So what I've done is I've adapted the board so that I've got pictures on them now. So I'm going to see if they're more visual learners rather than reading ones. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, the beetle's in there.
Yeah.
He's hiding in the log.
I know. We just found them, didn't we?
Oh, look, yeah. He's right there, he's saying hello.
Yeah, look at him.
He's hiding on my finger.
Yeah. All right, should we put him back first?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Bye.
Well done, good job. So then, with the plant life cycle there, which one are you finding the most common in there?
Seeds.
Yeah, because it's autumn, right? Yeah. So this is the time of year where all those seeds are dropping off the trees, right?
Yes.
But you still get some things sprouting off the ground, and also a few buds just around.
Yeah.
It's looking good though there. And we're on our way now to Lynch Lake to do some pond dipping. Let's see what we can find in the water. That's it. Should we try it together? So we got one this way. Ready? And then 2. And then 3. And then 4. And then do you want to lift it up? That's it. We're going to shake. Let's take a look. Okay, quite a nice number of things inside. Nice work. Do you want to take it back to your trainer?
Wow, he's a curious guy, isn't he?
Yeah, just some of the examples of some of the creatures you can find here in the lake. So, what we found here? We found our dragonfly nymph, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, try not to touch it there, remember that?
And a water-stick insect.
Now, one day that will become a full-on dragonfly, right? It does it look cool?
It does look cool.
Thank you.
Who would say use it with the magnifying glass? Me!
Before we leave, there is a big thank you we need to say.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you had a lovely day today.
That was amazing.
The children are now back off to school. So, I hope you enjoyed some of the clips we had of some of our random days here at Ferry Meadows. Now, days can vary so much. I've never had a day that's exactly the same because every school group we have is different. Depending on the age group as well, they have also different levels where you have to adjust your certain ways of teaching. For example, younger ones, you definitely have to carry the enthusiasm, and for teenagers, even more so. Okay, so we made it to the end of another day. The school children are all back now, but we get to the part where everybody seems to forget this one thing. Glare up. And so we come to the end of another day. Den's all locked up, and now we head back to the office. As you can see, we have a lot of good days here. But do all days go that smoothly? Well, we didn't have enough soil for soil testing. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Some here, some here, some here. Floor's a mess. The Yaris had no fuel left this morning. It's going to be 15 minutes before the school group arrives, and we have to set up all these different squares of 10 meters around. Okay, just stop the child from running in front of a moving vehicle. We're supposed to be using the World Garden. However, the World Garden's currently closed. Not the wind. No, not the wind. It's currently 30 degrees outside. It is -1 outside. Weather's still pouring at the moment. Whoa, 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 whoa. So our school was very interested in our events, so I'm literally running with supplies before they take off with the bus. Always check the area for falling. Yeah, you know, there's some tough days. I think that one of the things that a lot of people ask me though is, why do you do it? When people think of working with children, they think, oh, that's a lot of hard work. And trust me, it is. But so why do it? Well,
although the activities were excellent, Vicky, as always, is a superstar. She is brilliant with the children and everything was pitched perfectly. When one of the children fell ill and an ambulance had to be called, she was calm, professional and amazing, as were all the other staff and volunteers.
Alex always makes the sessions super fun for the children. The setting is so natural and wholesome. Me and my son genuinely look forward to it.
Everyone is so friendly and Melanie is so welcoming and supportive.
Thank you, Anna. I have enjoyed every part of this course. I was excited to do it and my love of the outdoors and forest school has only raised.
Tom was an excellent teacher and took lots of time with my 5-year-old granddaughter. He went beyond the call of duty. When her school asked her to do show and tell in September, she wanted to do nothing but talk about that session with him.
It really does show the impact we have here just on the families and the children. These things that we do, all these sessions in the outdoors, you never know where these children come from, and you never know just what they're going through in their lives. So even if it's a small session to give them a good memory, it can really make their week, their month, you never know. So that's why I'm determined to always make sure that every session we deliver, to every child that comes here, it's always the best it can be. Because you never know where that's going to go with them. I like to imagine that a lot of the things we do here, that's going to last in their hearts forever. We try our very best to make sure that everyone that comes around here, we try and make sure they have the best session they can. And you never know where those children go. One day, they could love the outdoors so much, they might be the ones taking over. For the park, for education, for all sorts. So now, if you excuse me, I'm going to head back to the office. I'll see what the others got up to, and then it's time for a bit of rest at home. We've got a big day tomorrow. We have another class, another school day, and more memories to make.